city in America. He also did something unusual with the uniform. He put the Golden Gate Bridge, which is emblematic of the city, on the front of the jersey, and he did it with a very intricate chenille stitch. There's tremendous workmanship in this piece.
Wow. And then let's look at the back. Wait till you see the stitching on the back.
On the back is the cable car, again indicative of the city of San Francisco, but the workmanship is just tremendous. A year later, the players were complaining that this material got weighted down when they were running up and down the court sweat-soaked, and they changed to a lighter material.
Wow.
JD?
Yes, Claire?
How do you go about putting a value on something like that one?
A piece like that, and Nate Thurman, this is Nate Thurman's jersey, he's a Hall of Famer, that's about a $3,000 piece, but a jersey of similar styling from a year or two later with the cheaper material is worth about half that.
Wow. All right, let's go over here and talking about an expensive piece and authenticity. This is one from Dr. J.
Yes, this is Julius Erving's first professional jersey from the old ABA, the Virginia Squires. What's unusual about this shirt is the number 2 sits lower than the number.
Oh, yeah.
Do you see that, John?
Yeah.
Now look at this in the photograph.
Yeah, in the photograph from Sports Illustrated, you'll see that Squires are playing the Miami Floridians, and that number is sitting low right there, just the way it was. It's unusual because you think of a professional jersey as being perfect, but in those days, things weren't so perfect. And to a uniform collector, that's a unique function which we like to see.
Yeah. And this is the only jersey where the 2 was lower, correct?
Yes,
like the rest, they were even.
Yes.
What's the value of something like this?
That probably goes to $8,000 to $10,000.
Wow. Now, how do you go about authenticating? When you have so many jerseys like this, what do you look for besides photographs?
Well, we go through photographs. We have a trove we've built up over 15 years, but our eye tells us, and we look for the stitching, we look for the tagging, the weight of the material. It's pretty involved, but when you've been at it as long as we have,
you know what to look for.
We know what to look for.
Now, look at this. A jersey worn by Bobby Orr in a very famous game.
Yes, this was worn in the '72 Stanley Cup when the Bruins incidentally beat the beloved New York Rangers.
and you want that to be known.
And just to rub it in a little, I positioned him right here, and you can see it still has the champagne stains on the jersey, but it's positioned next to Rod Shielbier and Jean Rattel from those old Rangers teams.
They were heavy competition for him.
They were formidable competition.
Wow. Now, if you look over here, John and Claire, check out this one. This is a very famous baseball jersey and from another one of John's favorite teams.
Yeah, this is Hank Aaron's final jersey from the Milwaukee Braves. If you look up at the collar, it's got his name, H. Aaron, in there. His brother Tommy played, that's why it's got the first name. And you've also got the year 1965. What's significant about that is that's the final year they played in Milwaukee before bolting for Atlanta, John. And you see this picture here. This is a tearful photo, which many Braves fans remember. It's Eddie Matthews and Hank Aaron walking up the tunnel in County Stadium in Milwaukee for the final time before they left for Atlanta, and he's wearing that shirt. I got this jersey from Bill Madlock, an ex-player who Aaron had given him this jersey many years when he first came up in the major leagues, and I got it from him.
Wow. Now, what's the value of something like that?
That is a solid $15,000. That's
Really?
a real quality high-end piece.
What about the Bobby Orr piece that we just saw?
$10,000 again. A great piece of a great representation of a great player.
Right. Now look at this. These are some jerseys from the Nets, and they're working hard to be able to authenticate their pieces.
You talked about the authentication problem. There is an authentication problem with the current pieces because you could go into a store and buy the same cut jersey with the same specific specs that are made to order. What the Nets have done, and I'm pretty proud of this because they're in my home state of New Jersey, they've proactively taken a step to allow their fan base and their collectors to collect game-worn uniforms. They've worked with me, and we're putting in some encryption and coding in the jerseys. And the Nets are proactively taking this step, so the jerseys will be worn 15 to 20 games. Their fan base will be allowed to buy them at reasonable prices for charity, and that they could buy with comfort. And that's the most important thing. You know that that shirt has been worn in the heat of battle, and it's a game-worn shirt. And I take my hat off to the Nets for doing that.
Well, I think it's great that they're doing that to make sure that their fans don't get ripped off, thinking that they're buying something that's game-worn that's not.
But you'd be surprised at the resistance that we've met in trying to get team owners and pro teams to actually do that.
Wow. Louis, thank you so much for showing
Thank you very much for
awesome
coming by.
collection, huh, guys?
Yeah, you know what's really ironic is that you're surrounded by all these game-worn shirts, and yet you live in New Jersey.
That's
Leave it to John, right?
That's right. Leave it to John.
Love that collection. Wish we could spend all day there. Thank you both very much. Louis, JD, really appreciate it.
All right, see you guys.
This is one persistent guy. The way he goes after those jerseys, there's not going to be anything stopping him from getting it.
They're all authenticated, yeah.
And nothing's stopping us from giving you some more appraisals when we come back. Stay with us.
Hey, this is Howie Long from Firestorm. You're watching Personal Effects, the Collectibles Show.
You're looking at Pleasant Valley Park in Basking Ridge, New Jersey. It opened its doors in 1979, and it offers a variety of outdoor activities. Welcome back to Personal FX, the Collectibles Show. Look what I got in front of me here. Look at all these. These are the items that are getting bids to this point. Let's go through them one more time. This is called the recap. But we're going to start right there with the cement mixer toy. That was appraised at $35 to $50 from the late 1950s, early 1960s. Got a little damage from playing with it, but what the heck, that's what it was for. Then we've got the beer stein. This was appraised at $10 to $20, marked Western Germany on the bottom, probably from the 1960s, and those are fairly common. Then we've got the car radio. This is appraised at $20. Battery operated. That thing works, from the late 1960s, made in Hong Kong, and as you can see, we got the original box there. Then we got the Kodak camera. This was appraised at $10 to $15. Very common, not quite as collectible yet, so that's from the early 1980s, again, $10 to $15. We've got these Star Trek plates. Now there's 8 of them. You can see 3 of them right there. So you're looking at about $200 to $240 for all 8. Great condition. Unusual to find a complete set like that. Then we got the Slam-In ceramic cookie jar. This was appraised at $750 to $1,000 and made by Glenn Appleman from the 1980s. Extremely well made, we might add. Then we got the canceled stamps, appraised at $3 to $5 for the entire set. Got a total of 6 of them there, and those are torn from the envelopes. And as you can probably guess, collectors like them mint. If you'd like to bid on any of these items, here's a number to call: 212-802-0082. We're going to get back into some more appraisals because Debbie has joined us. Hi, Debbie. How are you?
Hi, Tom.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see
Thanks
you.
for coming. What'd you bring?
I brought a clock.
Yeah, you did. Do you know anything about it?
I really don't. I rescued it from the garbage.
Rescued it from it. That's usually
Yes.
the best kind of
It's the
story.
best rescue. This is great. In the 19th century, America gradually changed into an industrial nation. Towards the end of the century, there was a movement to go back to crafts as like a rebellion against the machine age that was oncoming. People felt it. This is part of that movement. You could probably order kits like this through Popular Mechanics magazine and things like that. And somebody got this probably as a kit. Either they bought the wood or they bought just the paper plans, and they made this. They didn't follow the plans. They screwed everything through the wood. All their construction is exposed.
Shot this.
Right.
So you're saying that these
Right.
screws here weren't supposed to be there. That's probably
Right.
part of it.
It's probably should be glued, or he should have recessed it and pegged it or something. But it lends to the quality of the funkiness of it in a way.
So it really kind of turns into folk art.
It's almost folk art, but because it's a mass-produced item to do, it's not. But if you lined up 10 of these from the same kit or the same plans, there'd be so many variables that goes in the direction you're saying.
Does it work?
No.
Doesn't work.
No.
Okay.
That's not important with
It
this.
isn't?
It's not
Okay.
important. This
All
is a common clock, probably Seth Thomas,
Seth Thomas
Ansonia,
ones,
one of those
yeah.
Connecticut companies. They took it out of a mantle clock or something and stuck it in here, a wall hanging clock or something.
So
And
what's the value? What do you
the
think?
value, depending upon what part of the country you're in, and if some decorator loves it, you could get $800-900 for it.
No kidding.
Maybe you can pick it up at an auction for $200 if
Okay.
you're lucky.
So the
But
range is
I'll bet you
really-
the retail value, they're going to make the person who buys this pay for it. They're going to make them pay $800,
Okay.
$850.
Do you want to take bids?
Sure.
All right, we'll do that. Thank you very much for
Thank
bringing
you,
that
Tom.
by. I appreciate that. That was a very interesting item. Sort of folk art, but not quite. Mike has joined us. Hi, Mike. How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
What do you got here?
I got a pinball machine that I wrestled off an 8-year-old kid. It was a tough battle, but managed to get through it. So after I stole it and ran down the street, I figured out that it was probably from the 50s. It all works. It has bells and chimes and turns and lights and everything. And
Did you get his
What
lunch?
it-
His lunch money too? His milk money?
I tell you, I left him on the ground bleeding.
What do you think?
Definitely from the 50s.
All right.
I've owned 2 of these in my career as a dealer and appraiser and sold them both. Condition on this is good. You'll notice that these are rubber bands for the bumpers. And these little O-rings and things that are around here. If any of these ever break, you can just throw a rubber band on there and get it working. You've got the balls and the flippers, everything is working.
So these
and
are from the
functioning.
50s?
Yeah, I think they're from the 50s, and this is meant to be It's a pinball toy. It's a toy pinball machine made for kids to use in their home.
Reading between the lines, are you saying that this is fairly common because you've seen this before?
No.
No?
I see maybe one or two every couple of years.
Oh, okay. So it's not that
So
common.
it's, no, if you went to a toy show where nobody's selling anything but toys, you might see one, you might see two. But if you woke up one morning and said, I think I'll go buy one of those, it may take you a couple of months to find one.
All right. With that in mind, what's it worth?
I think right now, in this condition, $150 to $175.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What do you think? You want to take some bids?
Sure. I'll pay that 8-year-old kid off.
Mike, thank you very much. Bye. All right, Claire, we're sending this your way.
Well, John, this kid still enjoys playing with toy pinball machines, any size pinball machine. And let's go back out to New Jersey, where Denise would like to have something appraised. Hi, Denise. Welcome to the program.
Hi, Claire. How you doing?
Very well, thanks. And tell us about your Superman.
Okay, well, it's a Superman album package from Golden Records. It includes a comic book that reads with the record, an iron-on patch, a membership card and button, and an official decoder. It's from 1966, and it's the older Superman logo. It has the angled U over there.
And how did you
It's
come
never
to
been
own
opened.
it?
I'm sorry?
How did you come to own it?
It was my dad's closet. He used to work for Don Kirshner for a lot of years and had a lot of albums, and it was just sitting in his closet, so I have it.
Let's find out what it's worth.
Are there any marks on this at all? Like you, yeah.
The only thing is it's shrink wrap still. There's a little tear in the corner and a little wear and a little rip in the shrink wrap over here.
Bottom
Other than
right
that-
corner, bottom right corner. Under Kryptonic code, what does it say in the corner? Like a copyright or a name or some
It
initials?
says
NPP?
NPF Incorporated 1966.
Okay. My feeling is that this is of the period 1966. DC Comics took this over. It is an NPP. So DC Comics took this over in the 70s. So it is of the period 1966. And this is a really good set. It has been, it is in its original condition. And it's unusual to find all those things together. A lot of them were just the albums with the comic books, and you've got all those extra little accessories
Something
there.
Superman collectors would really like to have.
I would
as
say
part of their
so.
collection.
Yeah, this piece would be valued at about $150 to $200.
So, what do you think? Would you like to put it up for sale?
Sure, I'll take bids.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I have a feeling there are a lot of Superman
that's a neat
collectors
piece,
calling
yeah,
in.
yeah.
Well, and also to find it where it hasn't been unwrapped.
Very unusual. Very unusual.
And now we're going to go back out to New Jersey, where Camille has an item for us to take a look at. Hi, Camille. Welcome to Personal FX.
Hi.
And what would you like to have appraised?
I have a set of 16 books that were done by Hallmark. They're inspirational in nature, and they date back. Some of them are from 1967 through 71, and I collected them when I was a teenager.
Okay.
These are very interesting. Now, yes, you can see a lot of this. This was before the Precious Moments series, which was Enesco, actually, not Hallmark. And these are just sort of, like you said, inspirational children's books, sort of pretty attractive. And during the 70s, these little figures were very, very popular. I remember having them in school myself and not
Did they make
supposing to have them
hundreds
there.
and thousands of these?
Very, very
Yeah.
many of them, yes, very many. And they're not quite into their own yet. It's interesting you have a collection, but you could pretty much value them at between $5 and $10 per book.
Okay. And we have how many again?
16.
Okay. Would you like to put the whole thing up for sale?
Sure will.
Okay, we'll do that. We'll let you know at the end of the program. Thank you so much for being with us. Are you into soda pop?
Drinking it.
Drinking the soda pop? When we come back, we're going to be telling you about an upcoming soda pop auction that's going to make you thirst for more information.
Join us for the Super Collectors. We do it every day at 1 o'clock. Some of the best hits of Personal FX. It's the Super Collectors every day. Alrighty, there is a huge soda pop memorabilia auction that is happening all next month. And it was actually started by a gentleman that was featured as a super collector of Coca-Cola memorabilia right here on this very show. Alan Petretti has joined us today. Alan, nice to see you. How
John,
you
it's
doing?
great to be here.
Hey, how did the auction come about via super collecting? How did you come up with that idea?
Well, I started collecting, and just naturally I got into it, made a little business out of it, got into a mail bid type auction, and this is just fun stuff. It fits in perfect for an auction.
And the auction is really the biggest one of its kind. There's
It
about
is. It's one of the only
1,200
ones.
lots, I think.
We have about 1,200 lots, about 40 different brands represented in this particular sale.
All right, let's talk about some of the items that people
Sure.
might be seeing. And when you talk about soda pop memorabilia, Coca-Cola, that's really the
Coca-Cola
first
is
one.
the king.
What do we
This is a Eddie Fisher point of purchase store cutout display. Eddie Fisher starred in a TV show in 1954 sponsored by Coca-Cola. And this is a cutout from 1954. This is about $2,000 piece.
Really hard to find, isn't it?
Very hard to find in nice condition. This one's in choice condition.
All right, and we mentioned that Coca-Cola really is the king when it
The
comes
king.
to... You see all these wonderful items here, and tell me about this one.
This is the first bottle that Coca-Cola put out. This is from 1899, 1901. It's a Hutchinson type bottle, super condition, and this one will bring around $5,000.
Interesting top here.
That's the Hutchinson stopper. You push that in, it releases the carbonated water, and you got a pop sound. That's where you got soda pop from. That's the bottle that created soda pop.
Now, when you talk also about collecting Pepsi, Pepsi does well. It's number 2. It doesn't beat Coca-Cola, but it does well.
Pepsi is very collectible, but they don't have the collector base that Coca-Cola does. This is a real nice bottle from the same time period, 1899, 1901. This one will bring about $1,500, not as much as the Coke collectors.
Different top, we might add as well.
Same kind of top, doesn't have the stopper in it. It's still a Hutchinson bottle.
Oh, I see. Interesting. All right, now when you talk also about collecting, root beer always does really well.
Coca-Cola, number 1, root beer is right in there. It's like number 3, very popular. And the king of the root beers, of course, is Hires Root Beer. It's a beautiful serving tray from the 1920s. Artist signed Haskell Coffin. This one will bring, $600 to $800 in very nice condition, and this one is.
Another interesting brand, some of the off brands, I guess you could say.
Yeah, Yoo-Hoo, of course, now is known for a chocolate drink, but this is from the 20s, and this is a fruity Yoo-Hoo. Don't make that anymore. This is a very beautiful bottle. This bottle will probably bring $100.
Now, some of the items I see over here are really interesting, but you might not recognize them. These are regional?
A lot of regional drinks. Moxie, big in the New England area. They tried to go nationwide, didn't do it too well. This is really a New England drink. And this is a nice bottle topper with the original bottle, paper labeled bottle from the 20s, 30s time period. This one here will probably bring around $600, $700. This is in choice condition. Nice, colorful piece. And Whistle, this is a Midwest drink, probably in the St. Louis area. This is a nice 3-bottle display. First bottle there is full. Nice, colorful display. This one probably bring around $500.
So really, these would be of more interest to somebody who lives in that area, wouldn't that be
They
true?
really like regional drinks. People that live in the area, a lot of people like to associate with the drink they had as a kid. And that's why regional drinks are real popular.
Also, something that collectors look for is artwork.
Oh, yeah. This is a nice piece. This is done by Norman Rockwell. He did 2 of these for Pepsi-Cola. This one's from the 60s. This piece will bring, this is a nice little die-cut Santa Claus. This piece will probably bring around $150.
Norman Rockwell wasn't the only artist though, that people might be looking for. This
Very
one here.
famous artist. This is a nice Hires Root Beer piece. I love this piece. This is done by the artist Haskell Coffin. Nice cameo shot of a girl drinking a Hires Root Beer paper label bottle. This piece here will probably bring $1,800 to $2,000. Again, choice condition for a Hires Root Beer piece.
The auction happens the entire month of February. It's phone, fax, and mail. And if people want more information or they want a catalog, they can contact the show and we'll put them in touch with you.
Great.
Alan, thank you very much for stopping by.
Nice being here,
Really
man.
appreciate it. All right, Clara, we are sending this your way.
And John, we all have to have our favorites, so I'll stick to the root beer, thank you. And you know, we get hundreds of letters each week requesting appraisals. How many appraisals can we get to in one mailbag minute? Well, today we put Ron Norris to the test.
Rowena Kennedy of Clearwater, Florida. You have a set of brass bookends that are circa 1900. I value the set at $30. Janet Firestone of Port St. Lucie, Florida. You have a ladies' vanity box that is late Victorian. A collector would pay $350 for it. Martha Andrews of Medford, Oregon. You have a smoking set with a design that enhances its value. It's smoking at $75. Keith Johnson of Vermillion, Ohio. You have a Waltham 100K watch from the 1880s. It will sell in a second for $575. James Weaver of Bird in Hand, PA. You have a multi-tier cast iron fountain by J.W. Fisk. Its value has overflowed to $5,000. Jack Jones of Lenore, North Carolina. You have a 1950s chrome and leather barber chair. It's a beauty worth $450. Lou Carlson of Burlington, Iowa. You have a Carnival Chalk QB. It's worth a cute $45. And that's a Mailbag Minute.
So what do you think? What will the big bids be? Stay with us. Those big bids are pretty exciting. Welcome back to Personal FX. You ready, John?
I'm ready. Let's
We're
do
going
this.
out to New Jersey. And Denise, for your Star Trek plates, Cliff from Avon, Colorado, would love them all for $450.
Sold.
David, for the very fun cement mixer toy, Bill from Cascade, Iowa, is offering you $105.
Sold.
Patricia, for your beer stein, Diana from Robertsdale, Indiana, has bid $75.50.
Sold.
Take it up.
Three. Denise, no pressure. Car radio, Earl from Derry, New Hampshire, would like it for $150.
Sold.
Ellis with the Kodak camera, Joe from New Martinsville, West Virginia, wants it for $25. Sold. So now it is. Watch this one. Kathy with the cookie jar, Ann from Casa Grande, Arizona, has offered you $1,202.
Woo!
Antonio with the canceled stamps. Jack from Pearl River, New York, wants $10 for all of them. No, tough customer. And Debbie, you found the wooden clock. You saved it from the trash?
Yes.
Watch this one. Jenny from Los Angeles, California, has offered you $1,100.
Sold. That's great.
That is fun.
It pays not to throw these things out.
Don't ever throw anything
Check
away
with us
ever again.
first,
Yeah.
right.
All right. Let's go back out to New Jersey and thank John Davis for a job well done.
Hey, we have to thank Lewis. Thank you so much for showing us
Thanks
your
for coming
collection.
by, John. Appreciate
And
it.
we want to thank all of our super collectors in the New York, New Jersey area this week, as well as Angela Lamond, who had a great debut this
That's
week.
right.
Monday we'll be in New York, and we'll have a collection of Black Forest clocks.
Oh,
Very
that's a
timely
great
collection.
Yes.
Lewis, thank you very much. JD, appreciate it
Thank
very
you.
much.
That was fun.
All righty.
And we also want to say a great debut to our newest appraiser, Ken here. Thank you so much for being with us. And Deirdre Featherstone, as always, we all appreciate you in the apartment, at home. We hope you have a fabulous weekend. Make the most of it. We'll see you back here Monday.
So long, everybody. If you'd like to get in touch with Personal FX, the Collectibles Show, call us at 1-800-FX-FX-FX1. Or you can fax us at 212-802-4201. Share your questions or be our guest.